the wake-up call behind the crisis near. Death experiences often aren't just moments of fear. They're deep, transformative wake-up calls that ask us to reevaluate what we're doing with our time, energy, and purpose. Imagine this. You're lying on a hospital bed, machines beeping all around you, sterile lights above you, and the weight of not knowing if you'll make it through the night crushing your chest harder than any painkiller can numb. That's when it hits you, not just the fear, but the clarity. The realization that you've been walking through life half awake, chasing things that don't matter, putting off things that do, and treating time like it's a renewable resource when it's not. That's the wake-up call. That's the moment life doesn't just nudge you. It slaps you in the face and screams, asterisk. Are you paying attention now? Asterisk, and let me tell you, if you wait until you're on the edge, hanging between life and death, to start asterisk really asterisk living, you're already wasting something precious. What we need to understand is this. Crisis doesn't come to destroy us. It comes to reveal us. It comes to show us who we are beneath the routine, beyond the distractions, and without the masks we wear for the world. When you are stripped of all your comforts, your plans, your assumptions, what's left, that's what near-death experiences do. They hold a mirror to your soul and ask, asterisk, is this the life you wanted to live? Asterisk, and if the answer is no, if your stomach sinks with regret or panic or unfinished business, then that warning was not in vain. Because now you see it. You see how fragile life is. You see how limited our moments are. And you also see how much power we've been sitting on without using it. You start to question why you ever hesitated to speak up, to go after that dream, to love harder, to forgive quicker, to dance even when people are watching. You realize that the life you thought you had forever to live, it's here right now, not someday, not when the timing is perfect, not when you're thinner, richer, or more qualified, asterisk now. Asterisk, and here's where it gets real. Some people don't get to come back from the brink. Some people don't get a second chance. So when you do, when you survive something that should have taken you down, that's not just luck, that's a message, that's purpose. That's your spirit's call to stop playing small. That's life saying, asterisk, I'm giving you one more shot. Don't waste it. Asterisk, so many of us walk around numbed by distraction, hypnotized by routine, or paralyzed by fear. And it's not until something big jolts us that we finally see how asleep we've been. But the lesson here is, don't wait for that. Don't wait until a doctor says, we almost lost you. Don't wait until your life flashes before your eyes to realize it was never about surviving. It was always about awakening. Let me know if you'd like to move to key point 2 next F, or want a visual graphic F to go with this message. You don't need to almost die to start living fully. Why do we wait for tragedy to appreciate life? The key is learning to listen before life screams. Growth can begin now, without trauma. You don't need to hit rock bottom to realize you're meant for more. You don't need to flatline on a hospital bed to finally start appreciating the life you've been given. You don't need a near-death experience to wake you up. What you need is a shift in perspective. Right now, this very second, you are breathing, and that means possibility is still alive in you. So why do we keep waiting? Waiting for tragedy to shake us, waiting for loss to make us grateful, waiting for time to run out before we finally say, asterisk, I'm ready to live fully. Asterisk, why are we living like we've got unlimited chances, like we'll always have tomorrow, like we can't afford to waste today? Listen to me, you don't need pain to find your power. You don't need trauma to start transforming. What you need is honesty, brutal, soul-level honesty with yourself. Are you living the way you know you're capable of? Are you waking up excited about your life, or are you just going through the motions, thinking someday it'll get better, someday you'll feel ready, someday you'll be brave enough? That someday is the most dangerous lie we've ever been sold. Because someday isn't guaranteed. Someday doesn't come with a promise, and the truth is, you are already enough to start. You already have everything inside you that you think you're waiting to find. You don't need the diagnosis, the heartbreak, the accident, the collapse. You need awareness. You need the courage to stop ignoring your soul and start answering it. Because life is always whispering to you, in the form of dissatisfaction, in the form of that gut feeling that says you're meant for something more, in the form of that dream you keep pushing down because it scares you too much. That's the warning before the storm. That's the sign before life decides to shout. And trust me, you'd rather listen to the whisper than wait for the scream. Every single day you delay is a day you've chosen to live on autopilot instead of in alignment. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're rejecting the only thing you truly have asterisk now. Asterisk the version of you that's waiting for a wake-up call. Let me be it. Let this moment be the turning point. Don't let life have to break you to build you. Choose to build yourself. Now, choose to love deeper, take risks, show up fully, without waiting for loss to teach you what presence really means. You don't need a second chance to live like this. You just need to stop squandering your first one. Want to keep the momentum going with key point 3F, or would a summary infographic F help to reinforce this message? Turning fear into fuel for reinvention. Fear shows up in moments of loss or change, but it's also the raw material of reinvention. Like Amy Purdy did, we can choose to channel fear into forward motion. Fear is not your enemy, it's your fuel. It shows up loudest when something inside you is waking up, when your comfort zone is being threatened, when you're about to stretch into the unknown. And the mistake most people make is thinking fear means stop. That fear means danger. That fear is a sign you're not ready. No, fear is a signal that you're stepping into the territory of transformation. It's the very evidence that something powerful is about to happen asterisk, if asterisk, you don't let it stop you. So many of us feel fear and retreat. We back down, we shrink, we say, "Not now, and not me, I'm not ready." But what if instead of running, you turned toward that fear and said, asterisk, "Let's go," asterisk, because here's the truth, fear is raw energy. It's potential, it's life force, it's the fire you need to break through what's holding you back. Think about Amy Purdy. She lost her legs, her identity as she knew it, her entire vision of her future. She could have stopped right there. She could have crumbled under the weight of what was taken from her, but she didn't. She used that fear, that overwhelming uncertainty, that grief, that disorientation, and she turned it into something fierce, something free. She didn't just rebuild her life. She reimagined it. That's not luck, that's choice. That's a radical act of courage to say, "This fear will not own me. I will use it to move forward." When life feels uncertain, when your plans fall apart, when everything feels foreign and terrifying, that's when you've been handed the gift of reinvention. It's not wrapped up in comfort. It's not gentle. But it's real. It's a chance to rebuild yourself without the parts that were never really you to begin with, the expectations, the limitations, the fake versions of success you were taught to chase. Fear strips that away. It shows you what matters. It teaches you who you are when everything else is gone. And in that raw, vulnerable, terrifying space, you find truth, you find power. So the next time fear rises in your chest, I want you to say, asterisk, "I see you, and I'm going anyway." Asterisk, don't wait until your world collapses. Don't wait until you lose something precious to realize how precious your potential is. Step toward fear, not away from it. Use it as your signal, not your stop sign. Fear means you care. Fear means it matters. Fear means you're about to cross the line between who you were and who you're meant to be. So light, that fear up like rocket fuel and launch. Let it make you brave, not broken. Let it move you, not mute you. Let me know if you'd like to dive into key point 4 next F, or want a real life example breakdown F to pair with this. The power of redefining what's possible. Limitations are often imagined. When the body or life seems broken, it's actually a moment to redefine your identity and ability. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. At some point, you have to stop asking what's possible asterisk for other people asterisk and start deciding what's possible asterisk for you asterisk. Because the truth is, possibility is not a fixed concept. It's a mindset. It's not about what you're given. It's about what you choose to believe despite what you've been through. People told Amy Purdy she'd never walk again, never snowboard again, never live the kind of life she used to dream about. But guess what? She didn't just walk. She danced. She didn't just survive. She redefined what strength looks like. And that didn't happen because the odds were in her favor. It happened because she refused to let other people's limits become her own. When life breaks your body, your plan, your expectations, it feels like everything's over. But what if it's just beginning? What if the impossible is just something that hasn't been tried by *U* yet? Redefining what's possible means letting go of how things *used to be. It means detaching from the version of yourself that only existed in safe, familiar spaces, and deciding that your future doesn't have to look like your past. Do you hear me? Your future does not have to look like your past. Stop using old definitions to measure a new you. This world will always try to box you in. It will tell you what success should look like, what beauty should look like, what strength should look like. It will hand you a rule book that was never written for your soul, and if you're not careful, you'll spend your whole life trying to fit into a space that was never made for you. But what if you could create your own space? What if you stopped asking for permission and started setting your own damn standard? That's what it means to redefine what's possible, not just proving people wrong, but proving yourself right *. Proving that the thing burning in your heart is not crazy or naive or unrealistic. It's the map. The blueprint, the assignment. You don't have to be fully healed, fully ready, fully anything to begin that redefinition. You just have to be willing to imagine more for yourself, willing to walk through the unknown, willing to fall flat on your face and still get back up and say, watch me. Every single boundary that's ever been shattered started with someone who refused to accept what they were told was realistic. Do you want to live a realistic life or a remarkable one? That choice is yours, so rewrite the rules, challenge the story. Don't live by the script you were handed if it doesn't light your soul on fire. You are the author now. You are the designer now. It doesn't matter what's happened to you. What matters is what you decide to do with it. The world doesn't get to define you. You define what's possible for *U* from this moment on. Let me know if you'd like me to expand key point 5 next F or create a motivational quote graphic F inspired by this section. Your life is whispering. Are you listening? Life warns us in whispers before it yells. Tuning into intuition and inner truth helps us avoid pain and step into alignment before it's forced upon us. Life is always speaking to you. Not in shouts, not in dramatic lightning bolts, but in whispers, soft nudges, gut feelings, that quiet unrest you feel in your chest when you're doing something that looks good on the outside but feels wrong on the inside. That's a whisper. That voice telling you, there's more to you than this. When you're settling, when you're hiding, when you're living a life you've outgrown. That's a whisper. But here's the thing, if you keep ignoring those whispers, life will get louder. It will shake you, break you, and reroute you in ways you never saw coming. And by then, it won't be a whisper anymore, it'll be a scream. So I'm begging you, start listening before you're forced to. You don't have to wait for rock bottom to start rising. You don't need a breakdown to find your breakthrough. What you need is the courage to be honest with yourself right now If you're restless, if you're exhausted, if you're uninspired, it's not random. That's the signal. That's your inner compass pulling you towards something deeper. But if you silence it long enough with distractions, obligations, or other people's expectations, one day it'll feel like your life exploded out of nowhere when really, the signs were always there. And I get it. Listening to that whisper is terrifying, because sometimes that whisper tells you to walk away from something secure, to let go of things you've clung to leap when there's no safety net in sight. That's not easy, that's not comfortable, but it's real, and anything real will always feel risky at first. The question is, are you more afraid of change or of wasting your life staying the same? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to be brave enough to take the first step when that whisper says, asterisk, it's time. Asterisk the people who seem the most alive, the most fulfilled, the most radiant. They're not lucky. They are tuned in. They don't wait for signs. They listen for them. They follow the pull even when the path doesn't make sense, because deep down they know something sacred. When your soul speaks, it's never wrong. So here's what I want you to ask yourself right now. What is life trying to tell me? What truth am I pretending not to know? Where am I settling when I know I was born for more? Those answers are already inside you. You just have to get quiet enough to hear them. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the wisdom of your heart. Don't wait for the storm when you can move with the breeze. Life will whisper first. Then it will shout. Choose to listen while it's still gentle. Let me know if you want to keep going with key point 6 next F, or would like a quote card F summarizing this message. What legacy will your survival write? A second chance is not just about you. It's about what you choose to give, build, and become with the time you've been gifted. You survived for a reason. Let that sink in. You came through what should have broken you, what could have ended everything, what made you question who you are and why you're here. And you're still standing. So now what? You think that survival was just chance. Just coincidence? No. Survival comes with responsibility. Survival comes with purpose. When life gives you a second chance, it's not a free pass to go back to playing small. It's a calling to rise, to build, to impact. Your pain wasn't pointless. Your struggle wasn't random. The fact that you made it through means you've got work to do. You've got a legacy to create that could only be born from asterisk, this exact experience asterisk. So many people get caught in the survival trap. They survive, yes, but then they shrink. They spend the rest of their life in fear, afraid to push limits, afraid to feel again, afraid to fail again. But survival wasn't the finish line. It was the beginning. It was your reset button. It was the moment the universe looked at you and said, asterisk, okay, now you see. Now you understand what matters. What will you do with it? Asterisk, that's the real question. What are you going to do with the second chance you've been given? You don't need to change the whole world, but you better believe your story can change asterisk someone's asterisk. Somebody out there is waiting to hear that it's possible to get back up again. That it's possible to live after heartbreak, after illness, after trauma, after disappointment so deep it makes you question your worth. And your job, your legacy, is to become proof of that, to be a living, breathing testimony that life doesn't end when you think it's over. Sometimes it asterisk starts asterisk right there. You've got wisdom now that people can't Google. You've got a kind of strength that doesn't come from books or speeches. It comes from the fire you walked through, so don't waste it. Don't water it down. Don't hide it because it makes other people uncomfortable. Let it shine. Let it speak. Let it lead. The world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who are real, who've been through the storm and still chose to love, to create, to contribute, to rise. Legacy is not about fame. It's not about numbers. It's about asterisk impact asterisk. It's about who you become in the process of rebuilding. It's about how you show up every single day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. It's about the way your presence gives other people permission to heal, to hope, to believe in their own comeback. Survival is the setup. The real story is what you choose to asterisk do asterisk with it. Will you stay silent, or will you speak light? Will you stay stuck, or will you become the reason someone else keeps going? Want to turn these insights into a motivational short video script F, or ready for an inspiring summary of all 6 points F?